Happy Tuesday. Welcome into the 49ers Report live here on Chat Sports. We continue to preview this awesome and stacked matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, appreciate all of you for making the 49ers Report a part of your day. And what a matchup we have. Two top teams in the NFC meeting on Sunday in Philadelphia. Kickoff slated for 3 o'clock Eastern time for the right to make it to Glendale, Arizona and play in Super Bowl 57. San Francisco on the quest for 6. Philadelphia, on the other hand, looking for their second Super Bowl since 2017. The Birds, 2.5-point favorites, over-under slated for 45.5. Interested to see if those numbers change throughout the week. We're coming to you live from the Chat Sports Studios in Dallas, Texas, where it continues to be a great place to be for a guy who's rocking some Niners gear. On my way to work, the city yesterday was dead. They're in shambles about the Cowboys losing, and we get to talk about another football game right here on the 49ers Report. So we're in Dallas. Where are you from? Let us know in the chat. Mike Concho, Bay Area. Steven Sierra, Niners. Chua Lures in Hamilton City, California. Ironic CMD. Charles Omenihu got arrested. Yes, he did. We're going to talk about that. Tony Romero, Indiana. Wet Noodle, tuned in from Washington. San Jose from Esper. That's where Omenihu was arrested. Upstate New York. Chris. Yeah, what happened, Mr. Macho 12? We're going to talk about it. We're going international. Bay Area season is in London, England. Portland, Oregon from Slim. North Carolina, Tyler Evans. John Wallace, the OG, is in the chat. Sports Dude, hey, can I get a shout-out from my channel? Shout out to Sports Dude and his channel. Shreveport, Louisiana, from Lil Dude. Kyle, Texas, DLZ. Oklahoma, from Thomas Sperling. Now, our live coverage here today is presented by a brand new sponsor in Athletic Greens. This is a company that means a lot to me in my everyday routine for my fitness and wellness desires. It means a lot to us here at Chat Sports to partner with Athletic Greens. So I want the Niner gang right now to spam AG as much as you can. And in the meantime, we're going to tell you about Athletic Greens. They are the sponsor of today's 49ers Report Live. And for AG1, I take it every single day. And you can get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try originally because given my work schedule here at Chat Sports, working 7 days a week to give you content during the NFL season, combined with my training regimen, as I'm on a mission to run every day for a year straight. I'm at about 250 days right now. I wanted sustained energy and to stay healthy by keeping my immune system strong so that I don't get sick, and I can strive toward my professional work life and personal fitness goals. I take AG1 every morning as part of my routine, and it sets the table for the rest of the day. It's helped improve my gut health, it's boosted my energy, supports my immune system, and helps me recover since I'm putting such a toll on my body. I've really prioritized my health over the last couple of years since the passing of my mom, so I try to steer clear of chemicals and harsh ingredients, which is why I love AG1. And it's 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1, as we've been showing you, with water and drink it first thing in the morning or before and after my workouts. I also love that something that's this good for you costs less than $3 a day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you, the faithful, the Niner Empire, the Niner Gang, a free 1-year supply of vitamin D, which will also keep you healthy, and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So head to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That link, we're going to put it in the comment section. It's already in the description of this video. Continue to type AG like Adrian Delgado. I also see Antonio Hughes typing that AG as well. We're putting the link in the chat here as some of the super chats come in. John Wallace taking some time to type AG1 with the super chat. Speaking of our super chats, they're coming in. First one from Andre. I'm watching from San Francisco and can see the Pacific Ocean from my parents' house where I'm house sitting this week. My goodness, how beautiful is that?
Hey, fresh
My childhood
invite.
bedroom, it's nuts. Hey, put things in perspective like that. and doing some reflection, it's healthy. Trace, what were you going to say?
I'd say fresh invite. We want to come and hang out.
Where's the invite? Can we crash the parents' crib? Andre, let's go. John Wallace with the $3 super chat. AG1, AG1, AG1. They are real ones. Red and gold for life. We appreciate that, John. If you want to be a part of the show, super chat or use hashtag 49ers to chop it up with us. And speaking of those super chats, we can go ahead and show you the super chat menu. It's once again loaded today. Every $5 super chat that comes in, we're going to finish off the Rick Nyers San Francisco Miner helmet. Why? We're a lunch pail to work type of crew and a hard hat type of crew. So $5 or more, your initials on the Miner hat. We're going to really round this whole thing off, and then we're going to send it to one of our Super Chat MVPs in Rick Nyers. $10 Super Chat, it's an AG1 shot. I owe you one of those. $20, an AG1 chug. $50 Super Chat, I will Freedom Funnel a coffee because the work doesn't stop here on the Niners Report as we're going live multiple times this week and giving you all types of content. And for a $100 Super Chat, we will punch a Philadelphia Eagles fan live on the 49ers Report. So I'm going to go ahead and pour up my AG1 shot. I'm also going to put Andre's initials on the Miner helmet. And Trace, why don't you read this Super Chat off from Holland Tracy?
Holland Tracy wants to know what's going on with Charles Omenihu. We're going to get into it. It's actually one of the first things we talk about in our segment. So, Holland, if you hang tight, we'll answer that question for you.
There you go, Holland. And then, Andre, I'm going to put your name on the Miner helmet here. Gold stickers for a lot of our great Super Chat members who did send in a donation. I'll put AB on here for Andre. Not for Antonio Brown. And we'll put him on here. Shoot, that one's smothered. Let me redo it. What'd you say? That's hilarious. Height and shoe size. Super Chat or use hashtag 49ers to chop it up with us. A lot of you are asking about Charles Omenihu. We're going to talk about him, but first, if you're pumped up for Sunday's game as the 49ers in back-to-back NFC Championship games, 3 in the last 4 years, 4 in the last 5 years, and 6 since 2011, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. Tony Romero, Mike Concho, Steven Sierra, all with the Super Chats. We are off to a fine and dandy start. Let's get it. Tony Romero, Bang Bang Niner Gang. We'll put a TR on here. We have Mike Concho yet again. I saw him prior to the show going live that he was talking shit. What was that? Steven Sierra with the 5. He sent in a super sticker. I'll do another AG shot for that $5 Super Chat. You know, just staying healthy here. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, sorry, Izzy. California's better than Alabama. Just have to be honest with you. All right, putting some more names here on the Miner helmet. Rick Nyers, if you're tuned in, we're sending this to you after the season. Honcho, he's getting on here. It's looking like an Ohio State helmet, but even better because that red and gold, it just hits. $10 Super Chat, you get on here. Or $5 or more, excuse me. You get on here. Look at this bad boy. Hard hat to work type of crew here. Niners country, let's mine. Steven Sierra, $5 Super Chat. That's why I did the AG shot for him. All right, appreciate all those donations. We'll continue to get the party popping. But in the meantime, going to pass along the latest news on Charles Omenihu. We're also going to get into Jimmy Garoppolo. Could he make his return this week and be active also? So much talent between San Francisco and Philadelphia. Going to break down the top matchups to watch. 330 people watching live, 70 likes. That's a crime. If you're ready to start the show and you're pumped up for Sunday, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. By the time that we're done this next segment, I want to see 200 likes and counting. So tell the crew, tell a friend, we're live on the Niners Report, and let's mine. Another loaded show coming your way on the San Francisco 49ers Report. I'm Chase Sr. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. As for what we're getting into on today's program, 49ers defensive end and defensive tackle Charles Omenihu arrested. We'll pass along the latest updates on that. Could Jimmy Garoppolo be active this week against the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game? A health update on that broken ankle. And at the end of the show, stay tuned for it. There is legendary talent on both sidelines for Philadelphia and San Francisco. We're going to take a look at the top matchups to watch. First, though, I'm going to challenge you, the faithful, the Niner Empire, and the Niner Gang. Can we get the 77,000 subscribers on this video alone? We're 170 people away. We're on the road to 80,000. If San Francisco makes it to the Super Bowl, I want to get to 80K by the time that this game comes around in Glendale, Arizona. So if you're looking for daily content that keeps you in the know, informed and entertained on all things Niners year-round with daily videos, lock us in and subscribe. As for the latest on Charles Omenihu, this news came down this morning here on Tuesday that according to San Jose police, he was arrested on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence. His girlfriend told police and alleges that she was pushed to the ground, but when police looked at Charles Omenihu's girlfriend, they spotted, according to the police report, again, according to the police report, these are the facts that we have from police, quote, no visible physical injuries, and Charles Omenihu's girlfriend failed to go through a medical examination and get checked out medically. The 49ers are aware of this situation for a guy who is a quality depth and rotational defensive end and defensive tackle along this Niners defensive line. They said this morning in light of the news, quote, we are aware of the matter involving Charles Omenihu, and we are in the process of gathering further information. And for Omenihu, a career-high 4.5 sacks this year for this Niners defense, a very good backup player who I think has earned himself a lot of money with the way that he was able to turn it on last year after that trade deadline acquisition, really started to get a great grasp of this defense later in the year. He was spectacular against the Cowboys a year ago in the wild card round, then against Seattle in the wild card round. He had 2.5 sacks and a fumble forced. So Omenihu, kind of a game breaker and a game changer, and if he's not able to give it a go for San Francisco, obviously this news has to be taken seriously. That does hit their depth. 4.5 sacks this year, as I said, 54 total pressures, 39 hurries, and 10 quarterback hits. Those numbers really good for a rotational guy who doesn't even start. And Omenihu has certainly been a valuable rotation piece along this Niners defensive line. We will continue to monitor the status with him, and we'll see if he's able to give it a go. If not, 49ers should still be able to survive, but the problem is that the Eagles' offensive line might be the best in football. San Francisco's defensive line is still very good. There's no question about that. Samson Ebukam had another good game against Dallas. Javon Kinlaw was kind of in the witness protection program, but honestly, Kevin Givens, Jordan Willis have been playing good, so that helps you absorb the blow of Kinlaw being inconsistent as he continues to just battle through those knee injuries. Eric Armstead has been playing like one of the best defensive tackles in the sport, and Nick Bosa is probably the defensive player of the year. Omenihu, I like him because he can play edge, he can play defensive tackle, but again, when you have guys like Kerry Hyder Jr., Drake Jackson, Kevin Givens, Jordan Willis, T.Y. McGill as backups, you can help make up for him potentially being out. Again, we'll keep you in the know with all things on that front. As for the latest on Jimmy Garoppolo, Kyle Shanahan said on Monday, quote, he would be very surprised if Garoppolo was active on Sunday. But this comes a couple of days after Shanahan had said that he might have a chance to play. But then he later kind of clarified that and had an update saying there's a better chance that Garoppolo would be available for the Super Bowl, which would be in a couple of weeks if San Francisco is able to advance with a win over Philadelphia. Garoppolo has not played since breaking his ankle against the Miami Dolphins on December 4th. That opened up an opportunity for big cock Brock Purdy to really show up, show out, and play some excellent football. As for what Garoppolo did in what could be his final season in the Bay Area, completed 67% of his passes, more than 2,400 yards, 16 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. With him, you know what you have. There's a ceiling on him. And with Brock Purdy, the limitations for this offense haven't been as glaring. And Purdy has ended up playing spectacular ball, 7-0 as a starter, not turning the football over. Does have to play better against Philadelphia than he did against Dallas. But I think that Purdy played better than Garoppolo did this year. which is why I posed this question for you, and we want to hear from you down in the comments section. Who was better this year? BP for Brock Purdy, JG for Jimmy Garoppolo. Let us know down below in the comment section. Be sure to join that conversation. Treat it like a KNBR Sports Talk Radio call-in line or another one of the great radio stations there in the Bay. Coming up next on today's show, the key matchups to watch for in this loaded NFC title game, and there are a plethora of them all across the board. First, though, we want to welcome a brand new sponsor to the 49ers Report and here at Chat Sports, and it is Athletic Greens, a sponsor that I really care about, and it's become a daily element of my daily routine. 49ers Report. Happy to bring on AG1. I take it every day, and you can get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try a while back because given my work schedule at Chat Sports combined with my training regimen, as I'm on a mission to run every single day for a year straight and beyond, I'm up to almost 250 straight days right now, I wanted to find ways to have sustained energy and to stay healthy by keeping my immune system strong so that I can strive toward my professional work life and personal fitness goals, but also my body strong as well. I take AG1 every morning as part of my routine, and it sets the table for the rest of my day. It's helped improve my gut health. It's boosted my energy. It supports my immune system and helps me recover since I'm putting such a toll on my body. About to hit the gym after today's show. If I've already told you about kind of my health preferences since my mom passed you away, bear with me because I do try to steer clear of chemicals and harsh ingredients because of my mom's passing from cancer, which is also why I love AG1 and its 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water, and I drink it first thing in the morning or before and after my workouts. I also love that something that's this good for you in prioritizing your health and wellness. One life, one body, that's the motto, costs less than $3 a day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you, the Niner Gang, a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So head to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. That link is available in the comments section as well as the description of this video, and we appreciate them for hopping on board here, the 49ers Report. To the best matchups to watch between San Francisco and Philadelphia. Let's start off in the trenches. Eagles offensive line against the Niners defensive line. This features one of the best position groups offensively in the trenches for Philly in the NFL against one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Every member of this Eagles offensive line named to an All-Pro team was a Pro Bowler or is a Pro Bowl alternate. Jordan Mailata, fascinating story with him, former 7th-round pick who, when he got drafted, had never played organized football. He was a rugby player in Australia, Aussie, 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 oi, 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 and he's developed into a great left tackle. Landon Dickerson, the Alabama product, is also very good. Jason Kelsey, one of the best centers of all time. Isaac Seumalo, a very good right guard who's set to get paid in free agency, and right tackle Lane Johnson, one of the best to ever do it at right tackle, as Trent Williams, probably the best left tackle in the game. This front 5 against the Niners' front 4, going to be a terrific matchup. Samson Ebukam, a very solid player. Javon Kinlaw, need more from you, but Jordan Willis and Kevin Givens have been playing well. So too is Kerry Hyder Jr. Eric Armstead, one of the more disruptive defensive tackles in the game, especially since coming off that injury. Don't get blown away by the sack numbers by any means when you look at his stat sheet, but watch the games and you'll see that he's a game wrecker. And of course with Nick Bosa, probably the defensive player of the year, a career high 18.5 sacks, was tremendous for San Francisco this year. And of course we'll continue to see what happens with Charles Omenihu. That Eagles offensive line, it's great because of all that high-level talent. They also have a lot of depth. Where I'm a little bit concerned with San Francisco, they have rotational pieces along that defensive line, but are they going to be able to stay fresh, and is their depth going to take a hit if Omenihu can't play? That Eagles offensive line paved open running lanes for Philadelphia to run for nearly 270 yards in the divisional round against the New York Giants, but for San Francisco, they haven't given up a 100-yard rusher since Justin Fields in Week 1 when they played Chicago and lost. But Philly is loaded at that running back spot. And, of course, Jalen Hurts can run the rock as well. Gainwell against the Giants, more than 100 rushing yards. Miles Sanders with 90. Boston Scott with only 32. But another touchdown against New York and 5.3 yards per carry. Everybody is making a big deal about the Niners' sack production here and how this Eagles offensive line is going to be able to control the line of scrimmage just because there's such a big discrepancy between Nick Bosa and Samson Ebukam. This Niners defensive line, with the way that they have edge rushers who can play D tackle and D tackles who can play edge rushers, that's how they exploit some of the weaknesses. And D'Amico Ryans, at timely times, does a great job of really dialing up the blitzes when they need to get pressure on the opposing quarterback. But with this defensive line here, disciplined pass rush lanes are going to be very, very important. Now, I've had a lot of people who have slid in my DMs on Twitter and Instagram. Give me a follow at Chase_Senior, by the way. And I've seen a lot of people in the comment section kind of pitting this matchup as a matchup between Silicon Valley and South Philly, a.k.a. Broad Street. So who has the edge here? CA for California, PA for Philly. Let us know. Have some fun with it down in the comment section. We stick with the trenches. Yesterday we talked about how this 49ers offensive line did not fare well against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, a very physical defensive front, so too is the Eagles' defensive line. Trent Williams is one of the best left tackles of all time. He might be the best. He had Micah Parsons on clamps on Sunday. A impressive and flawless performance. But outside of that, Aaron Banks kind of struggled for the first time this year. In the regular season, he didn't give up a sack on the quarterback, but gave up a couple of pressures in this game against Dallas. Jake Brendel has been a pleasant surprise, but how is he going to fare going up against Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox, who we're about to talk about? Spencer Burford, the right guard, a very impressive and solid rookie season, but again, this is an offensive line for Philly that hasn't gone up against a defensive line in Philadelphia that's chock full with these great pass rushers, and Mike McGlinchey, who is thrown to the ground by Micah Parsons, is going to have to play better against the likes of Brandon Graham and Hassan Reddick. Why is that? Well, Philadelphia led the NFL this year with 70 sacks, and to put that in perspective, the next best team was the Kansas City Chiefs. They had 15 less sacks than Philadelphia. Since sacks started getting recorded in the early 1980s, Philadelphia, the first team to have 4 players with double-digit sack numbers. Hassan Reddick, Javon Hargrave, who I talked about, Fletcher Cox, 2 very good defensive and nose tackles, depending on if the Eagles have a 3-man front or a 4-man front. They run a little bit of both because Reddick is a stand-up pass rusher. Josh Sweat, also a very good player. And for Hassan Reddick, combined with the playoff game against New York, he now has 17.5 sacks in 18 games this year. His 16 sacks in the regular season, second only to Nick Bosa. 40 hurries, 26 quarterback hits, 5 forced fumbles. He lines up against Mike McGlinchey. He has an incredible first step. McGlinchey has to be ready for that, and the Eagles, like the Niners, like to interchange those members along the defensive line and move them around a little bit. Next matchup to watch, it is Brandon Ayuk, who for the first time in his 3-year career surpassed the 1,000-yard mark against James Bradberry. Now, James Bradberry and Darius Slay are the top 2 cornerbacks for the Eagles. Both are very, very good. But I imagine that Ayuk is going to be matched up a lot against James Bradberry. But Bradberry could go up against Debo. The reason for that is because Ayuk and Debo are used in this offensive scheme by Kyle Shanahan to play inside in the slot, but also outside. So Ayuk against Bradberry, Ayuk against Slay, Debo against Bradberry, Debo against Slay, interchanging of matchups in this football game. And speaking of that, you look at the numbers here. I talked yesterday also about how the Eagles are going to have to do a better job of tackling in space. Jonathan Gannon, their defensive coordinator, did talk about that here on Tuesday, saying Kyle Shanahan does such a great job of drawing up the scheme, allowing Ayuk, Kittle, Debo Samuel to catch the ball with open real estate to try to pick up yards after the catch and make guys miss. So the cornerbacks for Philadelphia against the wide receivers for San Francisco, another one of the big matchups in this game. As for Bradberry, he was released by New York and ended up having a very good season for the Birds. 17 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. He had one against Daniel Jones on a play that he read the entire way, kind of like what Jimmy Ward did with Dak Prescott in baiting him into that pick on Sunday. Overall Pro Football Focus grade of 74.1, but a coverage grade of 80.2 and a passer rating allowed of 54.2. That is very good. So who do you think wins this matchup when they're matched up against one another? Brandon Ayuk, type LGB for Let's Go Brandon. Or is it James Bradbury, type JB? Once again, join the conversation down below in the comment section. As for the Eagles wide receivers, they deserve some recognition as well because they're very good, and the 49ers corners in Mooney, Ward, and Diamador Lenore have been a little bit shaky. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are really, really good, and you've been impressed with what you've seen from the Niners and their receiving core. How about what the Eagles did this year with Jalen Hurts slinging the rock? A.J. Brown, nearly 1,500 receiving yards. I'll continue to say he's the closest thing to Terrell Owens that we've seen, with him being physical in stature, but also having the pull-away speed. He's like Debo in the sense where he's really physical to bring down and will run you over and then laugh on his way to pay dirt. 11 touchdowns. And Devontae Smith, a very quick and clean route runner who's kind of a skinnier version of Brandon Ayuk. It's a decent player comp. And then Dallas Goedert, an excellent tight end for Philadelphia, where this Niners linebacking core is certainly going to have their hands full with him, as well as Jimmy Ward out of the slot. How about this matchup too? This matchup that we want to talk about next is one of the best matchups that you will ever see. I see Rick Nyers in the chat, by the way. We got the Rick Nyers minor helmet. We're adding stickers to it today to fill it out. Nick Bosa against Lane Johnson. Nick Bosa, potential future Hall of Famer, the best pure edge rusher in the sport right now, against Lane Johnson, the best right tackle in the sport, who is dealing with an abductor injury that will need offseason surgery. Let's first take a look at Bosa's numbers to see how he stacks up against Lane Johnson. I'm telling you, this is a matchup that in 20 years we might be talking about. If you're an overall football nerd who loves watching an elite edge rusher against a great pass protector in Lane Johnson, who's also very good in the run and is a freak athlete. Lane Johnson used to play quarterback at JUCO and was a tight end at Oklahoma before going to tackle. For Bosa in 2022, 18.5 sacks. That was number one in the NFL. He had 90 pressures, according to Pro Football Focus, 48 quarterback hits as he continues to get home on the quarterback. An overall Pro Football Focus grade, it doesn't get better than this, folks, of 90.9. Same grade for his pass rush. That is just upper echelon, 1 percentile elite. Run defense grade of 81.1, so don't let his pass rushing fool you. He's very good against the ground. 39 stops, and for me, he is my front runner to win Defensive Player of the Year. As for Lane Johnson, missed the last 2 games in the regular season because of that core muscle injury. But before that, fantastic. This is why Lane at right tackle, Trent Williams at left tackle were first-team All-Pros, according to the Associated Press. 972 total snaps for Lane Johnson, 0 sacks allowed, 0 hits allowed, and only 9 pressures in 551 pass blocking snaps. That's even more impressive considering that Jalen Hurts is a mobile quarterback. Who do you think wins in the trenches? Another great question cooked up for the faithful. Is it Bosa, the Bear, type NB? Is it the Lane Train and Lane Johnson, type LJ? Once again, sound off down below. We have more matchups that we want to talk about and more things to monitor here that I just want to continue to get to, and it goes to show you just the level of talent on both sides of the ball and on both sidelines for these two organizations. San Francisco has to have disciplined pass rush lanes against Jalen Hurts. They have been burnt by mobile quarterbacks this year. Justin Fields, Marcus Mariota, Patrick Mahomes. They've fared very well against pocket quarterbacks who are kind of restricted in between the tackle box. Jalen Hurts is not that. Another matchup, now to the coaching sideline. Kyle Shanahan against Jonathan Gannon. 49ers offense during their 12-game winning streak, averaging more than 30 points per game. Jonathan Gannon likes to sit back in quarters and not blitz. They only send 4. So if the 49ers offensive line can hold up in pass protection against the Eagles' 4-man front, I do believe that Brock Purdy is going to have some time to really distribute the football. Kyle Shanahan can get creative with opening guys up with route concepts, but also in the ground game. Philadelphia doesn't really fare all that well. The 49ers, the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL, taking on an Eagles rushing defense that ranks 15th in the NFL. Philadelphia can be susceptible to giving up a lot of rushing yards. They were great against New York and Saquon Barkley last week, but that rushing attack, nowhere close to what Kyle Shanahan can scheme up. Christian McCaffrey had nearly 2,000 all-purpose yards this year. He is one of the more unique weapons in the history of the NFL, both at wide receiver and running back. His footwork, his vision, his patience, his ability after the catch, all of them really special qualities. That's why he's a two-time All-Pro this year, 746 rushing yards with 464 receiving yards. I think that if he stays healthy, he could play in the NFL for a really long time just because of what he's able to do through the air and on the ground. And for Elijah Mitchell, played in 5 games this year, 15 regular season games, though. He has about 1,200 rushing yards, one of the best backup running backs in the NFL, and has looked good in the last couple of games since coming off of injury. Another matchup, 49ers linebackers against the Eagles system. This is an Eagles system that is a special one, and it's yielded terrific results with Jalen Hurts being an MVP candidate, the aforementioned A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith having monster seasons so far this year, and Dallas Goedert also being a good playmaker while leaning on that offensive line. And this 49ers linebacking core, though, if there's one defense and linebacking core to halt Philadelphia that has the speed to combat what Philadelphia likes to do, it's San Francisco. This defense, this linebacking core, led by the All-Pro Fred Warner. Fred Warner is a certified freak. Fred Warner is a certified real one. Fred Warner is one of one. And he really did have a legacy game against the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round. No plays better than the play that we're about to show you. But a legacy game for Fred Warner at Levi's Stadium on Sunday against Dallas. He had the interception against Dak Prescott, which was identified by Jimmy Ward, who tipped the ball up into the awaiting arms of Fred Warner, but no plays better than this one right here. Couple of things that I want to keep our eye out for on this play. This is the Fred Warner tracking down CeeDee Lamb play. Couple of things that you want to look for here. The score, it's 9-9. The time, 6:16 left in the third quarter. 3rd and 5 here for Dallas on the San Francisco 40. They're within range or close to range for Brett Maher, even though his brain is scrambled after 4 PAT misses against the Bucs. You see where Fred Warner is here, though. He is showing blitz at the line of scrimmage and in the middle of the line of scrimmage. CeeDee Lamb, who he's going to end up covering, is lined up right here in the slot spot just inside the numbers. Dak Prescott's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Fred Warner identifies, okay, with our defensive personnel and in this scheme, CeeDee Lamb is my guy. CeeDee Lamb is going to go down the hash here. Fred Warner is going to show the awareness right away to identify this, but then has the speed at that linebacker spot as he checks in at like 230, 240 pounds to then jet upfield and go stride for stride with CeeDee Lamb. Now, the throw from Dak Prescott was a little bit inside, but look at where Warner is here, where CeeDee Lamb is here, and how much ground he has to make up with getting upfield to catch up to CeeDee Lamb. No problem for All-Pro Fred. He did it. Had the pass break up, and here the Cowboys are forced to punt. The game remains tied at 9-9. Then San Francisco, a little bit later, able to go down the field. Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Then later in the game, they salt it away with that field goal make by Robbie Gould, who is still perfect in his NFL postseason career. Fred Warner's going to have to make some plays like that against the Eagles because that offense is certainly legit. As for this 49ers defensive line, let's go back to this here because this is an Eagles team that can really throw the football. They can also run the football. 49ers defensive line is going to have to come to play. It's okay if DeMeco Ryans does dial up the blitz from time to time, but they're going to have to get home with 4 so that they can use their defensive backs and their linebackers back in coverage against this Eagles aerial attack, but also Philadelphia so good at running the football, which brings us to our last point. You saw the Niners defensive line there. How about the Eagles rushing offense against the 49ers rushing defense? Philadelphia, one of the best running teams in the league this year. San Francisco, one of the best teams at stopping the run. Regular season rankings here for DeMeco Ryans' unit. Points per game, they surrendered in the pass-happy, score-fest NFL. Only 16 points per game. Yards per game, number 1. Points per play, number 1. But on the right side of your screen, you'll see how good the Niners were against the ground game. Yards per rush, 3.2. That was second in the NFL. Rushing yards per game, 77.7. And once again, we showed you these numbers a little bit earlier, but this is what Philadelphia is capable of doing when the train starts to get rolling. They ran for nearly 270 yards and more than 6 yards per carry against a Giants defense that had been playing very good ball over the last month or so and put the lockdown on the Minnesota Vikings. This is a star-studded matchup on both sides of the ball. It's one that we're going to continue to preview throughout the week, and it's one that has the makings of potentially being one of the best NFC Championship games that we will ever see. And because of that, I want to gauge where you're at, faithful. Who you going with on Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field? PHI for the Eagles, SF for the 49ers. Let us know, and as always, thanks for watching the show. A lot of Super Chats came in there during that segment. We'll get to those, and then we'll continue to preview San Francisco against Philadelphia. 772 people watching live, about to peak at 800 people. If you're coming across the show for the first time, make sure you lock us in and subscribe for daily videos and shows on the Niners, news, rumors, analysis, watch parties, live shows, year-round. We don't take any days off. John Wallace with the $10 donation. Thank you, my guy. I might be on there already. If so, put my grandson's name on there. Initials JB and JM, Bang Bang Niner Gang and the Niner Empire. Who do we have when you get it that can fill the gap of Omenihu? Drake Jackson, also a very good edge rusher who was inactive for a couple of games there to round out the regular season. Kerry Hyder can play a little backup as well. So even Eric Armstead can play on the edge too. I mean, prior to D'Amico taking over last year, Eric Armstead was a defensive end, and then they realized this guy's just a menace at defensive tackle. So they're very good with their depth along the defensive line in San Francisco. Patriot Fighter! What's up, Chase? What do you think about how our defense is going to handle Hurts? Instead of putting my name on the Miner helmet, can you put Izzy's? I'm already on it. We can do that. Every $10 super chat that comes in, we're putting your name on the Miner helmet. Go back to John's if you could there, Trace, so I can get those names on here. JB and JM, because, John, you're definitely on it. JB, JM, going on the Miner helmet. The Rick Nyers Miner helmet. We're filling it up. Then after the year, we're sending it to Rick. He sent in a $300 super chat at one point to have this sent to him. And then what's the other one? Patriot Fighter wants Izzy on there. Okay. We'll go IB. 408 Wes. $20 super chat. Let's see. Izzy B is on there. G-Code, $2 donation. What's up, G-Code? Bang, bang, Brocky Balboa Purdy. F the Eagles. I like that. Good stuff right there. Words of wisdom, keys to the game. It's the guys under the radar. Jawan Jennings, Jordan Mason, Diamador Lenore, Azeez Al-Shire, Ray McLeod, Juice. Those guys ball out hard. We win. I like it. I mentioned some of those guys during our keys to the game and some of the key matchups, but I like it. Words. Alpha P, 900. $10 super chat. What's up, Chase? What up, Faithful? Yo, my cousin's girlfriend brother gets his haircut at Maximilian on Chestnut Hill in Philly. Word is them Eagles fans are seriously worried about the Niners. Well, I was live on Eagles earlier, and they had a lot of respectful things to say about San Francisco. They understand that this team is, in fact, legit. But, of course, there are going to be some boastful fans out there who are very confident in their football team. Alpha P, I'm putting your name on there. 408 Wes. You're already on here. Look at this. I see it right here as I look down. 408 West. What's good? Alpha P. You want me to put my name? This is for Chase telling the Eagles podcast that he believes the Niners will win. I did truly respect you, bro. Chase, put your name on the Miner helmet for me. All right, I'll do that.
You should put your name on the S. Because just like on the sticker, put your name in the logo. So it could be the Chase Senior, and then you have everybody else with you, with your squad.
How about that? I'll put my initials right here. Oh no, it won't go on there.
Oh no.
It's all right. I'll put my name on the sticker. I'll put it under the bill, so Rick Nyers can think about me when he gets this. Rick Nyers, where are you gonna put this? You just gonna put it in the crib? $300 in a flash. 408 Wes. I appreciate you, bro. I did put my initials on there. We're at $106 in Super Chats. Let's show them the Super Chat menu here because I do owe an AG1 chug. AG1. 2 chugs of AG1. We're drinking our Athletic Greens. Toby Willis is back. All right, there's an AG1 chug. Cheers. We're drinking the Eagle juice here. How about that? It's the Eagle juice. Eagle's blood, as Trey said. That's even better than Eagle juice. Toby Willis with the 5. What's up, Toby? What's up, my brother? Do you think Ward will follow Brown? I'm a real one. Toby Willis is a real one. We'll put him on here.
Everyone show some love to Toby in the comments. Type TW. Just TW.
Now we're going underneath the brim because this thing is so full. Izzy B with the 10. I already put you on here, Izzle. Hey, Trizzy and Abby. SEC, I'm on the helmet. Can you put Honeybee on there, please? Sure. I love how everybody's donating for one another.
I was literally about to say.
We're bringing people together.
You're paying it forward for the next guy. It's awesome. Hey, shout out Joseph, Marcos, Izzy B, Jose, A Jizzle 83, Florence, unapologetically original. All type in TW. Brian Roby, TW.
This is great, man. Rick Nyers, I'm kind of jealous that we're sending this to you, man. This thing is amazing.
Is that what you thought that was for? I thought you were saying you were going to ask me a question.
We all caught up on Super. Let's go through the Super Chat menu one more time. I didn't really get to read it there. We're done with our segment, but we're going to continue to preview this game. $5, you sign the minor helmet. $10, AG1 shot, our sponsor for today's show and a brand new sponsor here at Chat Sports. $20, an AG1 chug, just did a couple of those. $50, I have a cold coffee, a.k.a. iced coffee. It's kind of cold, but not ice any longer. We'll put it in the Freedom Funnel. I will chug this whole thing. So, out of an Eagles glass, by the way. So I'll chug it out of the Eagles glass and put it in this Freedom Funnel. $50, we'll do it. And $100, we'll punch an Eagles fan.
John Wallace wants us to fill under the bill. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're getting there. We're getting there. At some point, we might have to put some down here, too.
Words wants to know who the Eagles fan you punch is. You want to tell him who it is?
It's Abby.
No, Abby.
Abby just said it's me.
Abby's getting punched,
Abby.
I guess. I guess we're punching Abby.
Don't make a Charles Omenihu
I was going to
joke,
say,
please.
wait, hold on. Don't take that out of
Please
context.
don't make a Charles Omenihu joke. Actual punch, no tortillas from Rod.
Positive.
Honestly, does the tortilla hurt worse?
What if you got a tortilla, wrapped a boxing glove, and then punched him? So you got both.
Steven Sierra, big chase. You must have seen that weigh-in yesterday. Height and shoe size. Thank you, my guy.
Yeah, don't forget, we had this long discussion. Height and shoe size in the comment section. Height and shoe size in the comment section. Short Kings, go off.
Steven Sierra, we're putting you underneath the bill. Let's give them the weigh-in about the watch party. I want to gauge where the faithful is at. So, of course, we will be doing a watch party for Sunday's NFC Championship game here on the 49ers Report. But I've received the question a lot from you on the 49ers Report, others on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Chase, you cover both teams in the NFC Championship game. First of all, from a professional standpoint, it's a dream come true. I feel extremely blessed and humbled to be at this point where I at least have one team to cover in the Super Bowl. Obviously, I took San Francisco to win this football game, and I said that on Philadelphia Eagles Now, and I told people to type F Chase. Too bad. But we want to gauge where you're at here because we want to see what you want for Sunday's game. I kind of want to do a dual stream on the 49ers Report and on Eagles Now. I think it could be an awesome competition. 2-hour pregame show. We'll be able to play some beer pong. We'll do some keg stands. We'll have our tailgate special. We'll do a pregame preview as well as our pregame show. But then during the game, we can have a likes competition, a super chats competition, a subscriber competition. And something tells me the faithful might win. And if you win at Chat Sports and on the field, even more bragging rights. So, would you be mad if we did a dual stream on the 49ers Report and on Eagles Now? H for happy, M for mad. I'm still going to give you a San Francisco for a touchdown. But when the Eagles score, I might sound like Joe Buck back in the day when the opposition scored as well, because we're going to be live on the Eagles channel as well. But we'll be going back and forth. Happy, mad. Steve Cass said mad. He said that yesterday as well. I hear you. K. Kang, mad. DC, happy. Jay, happy. Mike Concho, mad. But Mike, you would still support us, right? Trevor Matheson, mad. Bert Sutherland, mad. Bert, but you'll still support us, right? DHA, happy. Sky Shouter, mad. David, mad. So yesterday it was like 95-5, 90-10. Now it's kind of like 70-30. But I do see a lot of H's in the chat. Maximo, Ron. Look, competition brings the best out of everybody. Even Words of Wisdom would be mad. That kind of hurts my heart a little bit to know that we would be making Words of Wisdom angry and potentially sad.
The last thing we could ever do is upset Words of Wisdom.
The last thing we ever want to do is make the Valencia family mad at us. Gino said mad. But Words, will you still support us? We ain't scared from Mossman. Now I am sad. H, let's do it from John. I like that energy. George Kittle said do it. DC Supernova said please. Of course, bro. All right, there we go. Rap battle competition. We could do that. You're a fake fan. No, I'm not. I give you videos for free every single day and work 7 days a week. So if you want to call me fake for that, that's fine. Shitty McGee, that's a shitty comment.
Could you say you're not it's not that you're a fake fan, it's that you're a career man.
I'm a career man.
Yeah.
Who else is covering teams like we do it here and like I do it? I don't think so. He is an employed man from Izzy B. I like that. I like that. Boo, shitty from Mike Concho. Philly is trash. Let's do it. It would be awesome. I agree. I'm leaning that way. Because, look, I love y'all. I put a lot into this channel. I put a lot into Eagles now because, look, it's my professional livelihood and my personal livelihood. I want to be there for that channel as well. That's all it is. 408 West, I'm with Chase. Appreciate it. We all love Chase. That's why we are here. All right, good stuff. Shitty McGee, Kona fake fan also. I don't know. He's Bay Area through and through. DC Supernova. Chase. Words of Wisdom with the 5. Let's see what he has to say here. Can we do this coffee boot? $50. Words of Wisdom, 5. Here's the deal. You and Trizzy wear Niners jerseys, and we good. Deal? I already saw both y'all wear Eagles trash. Just saying, bro. Real take. Maybe we'll have Trey switch jerseys.
I would
back
say
and forth,
what we
depending
could
on
do.
Who's winning the Super
That's what I was
Chat
literally
battle.
gonna say. I was like, just whoever's winning.
Fun. That could be fun.
That would be fun. I could probably find a Niners jersey too.
Okie Niner said, John, you're funny AF. Yes, he is. John Wallace is a legend. Jose. Niners fan in Philly. Do the dual chat. They scared. I agree. I think it could be a lot of fun. Richard. James Miller, you must be drunk. 49ers weak offensive line will blow out. Best offense in the league. Keep dreaming. People are going back and forth. Hurts is going to choke from Oki. $50 super chat. I'm doing a coffee funnel. Let's show him the super chat menu one more time. Hey, Alpha P! There's the 20. Chase, let's go, man. How about this? If anybody matches that with another 20 in the next minute, I'll do the coffee boot. How about that? Or coffee funnel. Same thing. 1 minute. 1 minute. Good catch, by the way. Alpha P900. Chase, let's go, man. We getting heated down here in Dade County, and I got a love-hate thing when our Niners are disrespected and doubted. Love the motivation, hate the disrespect. Let's go, Niners. Let's do it. Let's get it. But isn't it great that we're in a position here where there's really a back and forth between everybody as to who they think is going to win this football game? And isn't it great that we have, outside of the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers might be the most notable brand in all of football. the largest fan base with the largest following. The Philadelphia Eagles are not far behind. So these are two of the most iconic brands in the NFL, two legendary teams with all pros, future Hall of Famers, and Pro Bowlers who are all going to be on the field against one another, taking part in what I think is going to be a fantastic football game. So it's kind of cool that there's disrespect and there's a little bit of a tug and pull between these two fan bases here. I love it. It makes my job absolutely entertaining. All right, 20 seconds left on the coffee funnel super chat shot clock. We got the 20 from Alpha P. Already put Alpha here on the minor helmet.
Chua Lore brings up an interesting question that we haven't answered.
There it is, Davis.
Hey!
There's 5 from Words.
There it is.
Davis. 20. Let's have a dual stream so we can watch the Niners crush the Philly fans together. Either way, one fan base is going to be heartbroken, the other is going to be celebrating. And we'll be right in the middle of it.
We will be doing it all.
Words of wisdom with the 5. Got a bet for you, $100. My 49ers versus these Green Canaries. Who takes the bet? Trizzy, Chase, Abby. I'll even throw in a bottle of Moet champagne. See, here's the thing, Words. I took the Niners to win. So I'm not going to bet $100 to go against my own hunch and my own prediction.
Hey, Words. Elite bet, though.
Elite bet. Philadelphia Canaries. Alan A. Chase Sr. is a backstabber Benedict Arnold. Wow, one of the harshest comments I've ever seen.
What do you mean by that? Can you explain, Alan? Explain that to me like I'm 4.
Backstabber Benedict Arnold?
Explain that to me like I'm 5.
For just doing my job. So harsh. So harsh. Unapologetically Aboriginal with some heart eyes. Are you an Aboriginal in Australia? If that's the case, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
If Philly struggles with Dallas, little weapons, what do you think the Niners are going to do? Look, the Cowboys are a really good defense. Look, I grew up in Philadelphia, and then I got adopted by the Niner gang. I love all y'all. I love all y'all. Didn't I tell you the story about how when I was growing up, a part of the reason I fell in love with football, I popped in a VHS tape. Remember those? Some of you don't. You two don't. You don't know about those VHS tapes.
I remember about VHS tapes. You had to rewind them and shit. And the boxes were so damn big.
Your cars don't even have CD players now, do they?
My car does not. Wait, yes, it does.
My
No, it
car
doesn't.
does
No, it doesn't.
not.
Mine doesn't. I just got a new car, so.
Anyway,
sorry.
it was a joke. But when I was like 4 or 5, do you guys really have VHS?
We had VHS
Because they
when
were
I was
like
like
no
up to
longer
5.
after early 2000s.
When I was a kid, we had VHS,
All right,
but
nice.
very short window.
So back to that story. Wait, Sarah, sorry, what'd you
Say
say?
it again.
Mike, I was just
You want to say hi?
Hi, Mike.
So when I was like 4 or 5 years old, one of the reasons I fell in love with football, I had this VHS tape, NFL films, John Facenda, Harry Callis, the Sable family who had those legendary voiceovers. It was one of those VHS tapes. I popped it in, and I saw Jerry Rice run in the hills in the desert of California for his off-season training. And I was like, that's the work ethic that it takes to be a GOAT. And then I saw the long history of the San Francisco 49ers, and I loved the logo, the gold with the scarlet red, and I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So it helped me fall in love with football. All right, coffee boot here. Izzy B, drink your coffee thing, but I want to get an interview. Also, Abby and I want us to kill Chase and Trizzy, any sport for a watch party. Maybe at some point down the road. But for this NFC Championship game, we got to figure out our plans first. Cheat code. Happy if you wear your number 19 Niners jersey. I don't know what. Should I suit up? Should I wear a suit for an NFC Championship game?
Okay, here's the deal. We're at $200 right now. If we end the stream at 500, I think we both wear suits for the watch party.
I would go 400. I would
Only?
knock it down. Yeah.
Only?
Yeah, we're at 208 right now.
Fuck it, let's do it.
$400 in super chats. We're wearing suits for Sunday's watch party.
Ties and everything. Yeah, Abby's going to wear a suit.
Ties and everything. I might start sweating, though, at some point.
Hey, it's not like there's other watch parties. We'll just get every fan in the studio in here.
John Wallace, I like this. It's about fun. We're the better team, better empire, better nation, and gang. Let's do this and back our team at Chat Sports, our Niners family. John, you're the man. Do appreciate the support. Let me do this coffee funnel here.
Chug, 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 chug. Nice. Nice.
It actually wasn't that bad because it was cold.
Also, Abby was saying hi to Mike earlier. I think Mark thought he was talking to Mike.
Well, hi, Mark. Hi to you, too.
Yeah, there was some confusion in the chat. We wanted to make sure the real ones weren't upset.
There we go. All right, here's our Super Chat menu. $5, sign the Miner helmet. $10, we'll take a shot of AG1 in celebratory fashion of them being a new sponsor for the first time today on the Niners Report. $20, AG1 chug. $50, I just did the coffee funnel. So for another $50, it'll be a freedom funnel for Trace. So put some Truly in there mixed with the coffee. I don't know. $100, we'll punch an Eagles fan live here on the show. We're at $208 in supers. If we get the 400, Trace said we're wearing suits for Sunday's watch party. All right, let's continue to preview this game between Philadelphia and San Francisco. We'll be live for a couple of more minutes. Nothing crazy. It's already been a very successful show today as we've been live for almost an hour. As for how the Eagles got here, familiarize yourself with this opponent for the Niners. They started off 8-0, franchise record 14 wins this year, won the NFC East and locked down that number one seed in the process, edging San Francisco, who finished the regular season 13-4 behind the Eagles at 14-3. And in the divisional round, Philadelphia beating New York by a final score of 38-7. This game, honestly, on Saturday night was done halfway through the first quarter. And that's what Philadelphia's been able to do in a couple of their really impressive performances this year. They beat the brakes off the opponent, and they do it very, very quickly. I don't expect that to be the case against San Francisco because the Niners simply are better coached defensively than New York and have a lot more talent than New York, and they're not going to bend over to anybody, right? This is a Niners team that's been, in my opinion, the best defense in the NFL so far this year. Does Philadelphia have all of the weaponry in the world? Yes, they're diverse. They can run it. They can throw it. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell just had more than 100 rushing yards against the Giants. They can beat you in a variety of ways, but San Francisco can stop you in a variety of ways. And for a couple of months, I have been saying that San Francisco and Philly on a collision course to meet right here in the NFC Championship game. Why? They're the two best teams in the NFC, and that's been clear for a while. I never bought into the fraudulent Dallas Cowboys because they're the Dallas Cowboys, and they haven't done anything in nearly 30 years. I never bought into the Minnesota Vikings. For me, it was Philly, it was San Francisco all the way. And I'll tell you this, I have watched every single snap pretty much of every Niners game this year and every Eagles game this year because I cover both teams. And I'm telling you right now, this matchup on Sunday could be one of the most legendary NFC Championship games of all time. As to how the Niners got here, started off 3-4, reeled off now 12 wins in a row, clinched the NFC West in the number 2 seed, and they beat two rivalry teams in the playoffs so far in Seattle and Dallas. It's been a magical run, an odd and crazy run that has featured 3 different starting quarterbacks for the Niners. That's why Kyle Shanahan will be in the mix for Coach of the Year. It started off with Trey Lance. He gets hurt. In comes Jimmy G. He gets hurt. Then it's been the rookie, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, who has now gone 7-0 in his 7 starts. 49ers here after beating the Cowboys on Sunday in the NFC Divisional Round. What a game it was. What a watch party it was. 140,000 people, joined us all throughout the afternoon. And this was a divisional slugfest, or a defensive slugfest, I should say. This coffee chug is certainly getting to my brain right now. I got to lock back in. I'll blame the super chatters. We appreciate the donations. But the 49ers and Cowboys really did have a defensive slugfest in this game. And prior to this, San Francisco, during that 12-game winning streak, had averaged more than 30 points per game. So they were due, especially going up against a very good Cowboys defense, to have a lower scoring output. I do believe this game against the Eagles could be a little bit more high scoring. As for the playoff history between the Niners and the Eagles, not much of one. It's actually pretty wild, considering the success of both organizations, this is the Eagles' 7th NFC Championship game appearance over the last 21 years. And since 2011, San Francisco has made it to 6 NFC Championship games. Yet, in the playoffs, they've only met once. It came in 1996. Niners won 14-0. So it's almost as if when Philadelphia's had a great year, Niners haven't been in the mix, and vice versa. When the Niners have had a really good year, the Eagles haven't been in the mix. And it's crazy, too, because this is the second NFC title game for the Eagles since 2017, and it's 4 in 5 years for San Francisco. As for the quarterback matchup between Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts, they met twice in college, but none better than this matchup in 2019 in Norman, Oklahoma, when Brock Purdy and Iowa State lost in the final seconds on a 2-point conversion attempt, but Purdy and Hurts went off in this ball game. 6 total touchdowns for Purdy, 5 total touchdowns for Jalen Hurts as Oklahoma won that one by a final score of 42-41. And this is a matchup that features some incredible talent on both sides of the ball. I was charting this, thinking about all of the All-Pros, Pro Bowlers, and future Hall of Famers, both on the Philadelphia roster and the San Francisco roster. That's why I expect this to be a terrific matchup. First, with Philadelphia, you have Jalen Hurts, an MVP candidate. Miles Sanders ran for more than 1,000 yards this year. A.J. Brown, nearly 1,500 receiving yards. Devontae Smith had more than 1,000 yards as well. Dallas Goedert and George Kittle, the 2 best all-around tight ends in the game with blocking and catching the rock. Dallas Goedert, really good, picking up yards after the catch like George Kittle. Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson are future Hall of Famers. Hassan Reddick was second in sacks this year, behind only Nick Bosa. Brandon Graham had 11 sacks this year, and Darius Slay is one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. As for San Francisco, Trent Williams is a future Hall of Famer. Christian McCaffrey is a 2-time All-Pro. Deebo Samuel was an All-Pro last year. Brandon Ayuk, more than 1,000 receiving yards this year. George Kittle, 11 touchdowns after the midway point. Nick Bosa could make it to the Hall of Fame. Fred Warner could make it to the Hall of Fame. Dre Greenlaw had a borderline All-Pro season this year. Talanoa Hufanga was an All-Pro. And Jimmy Ward was named a top 100 player by his peers heading into this year. So a star-studded matchup indeed. With that, let's ask you to predict the score down in the comment section. Philadelphia, San Francisco. We'll start to give you some shout-outs here. And after this, we'll run a little bit of a 2-minute Super Chat shot clock here as we round out. Chase, if we collaborate, how can you see the Super Chats? I can have both Niners and Eagles up at one time to see which Super Chats come in from both channels, but also we'll also pop up both Super Chats on the screen so everybody can see them as well. G-Code with the $2. Chase, you're a 49ers fan versus Eagles is a career job. Much love. It is a career-defining moment for me. That's why I'm going live basically every single day this week. I went live on Eagles earlier, live on 49ers right now, because I'm trying to give people nationwide and worldwide the best content. People are going to hate on that. You can hate on it all you want, but my head will rest on the pillow very fine at night, and it doesn't keep me from sleeping. If anything, sometimes I stay up trying to get creative and come up with show topics for the next day, because that's how the brain works. Idea guy, hashtag. Cheat code. Thank you for that $2 Super Chat. Thanks for showing that love. All right. So let's ask you this question, and then we'll show you our Super Chat menu. Then we'll give you the Super Chat shot clock. Would you be mad if we did a dual stream? Niners Report, Philadelphia Eagles Now. Think of it as a great competition on the field in Philly and here at Chat Sports. H for happy, M for mad. Let us know. H from Jose. David Corona, 28-20, Niners win. Typical player, 31-24, Eagles. Get Izzy a job, Super Chat. Izzy said happy. Marcos, happy. Steve Cass, mad. I love you, Steve. I appreciate you. I got timed out in an Eagles live stream from Clayton. That's funny. DHA Dukes, happy. Izzy, happy. Jose, mad. EJ, mad. John, happy. David, happy. Barbara, happy. Matt Smith, happy. Richie, happy. Lee Vet, mad. Thank you for your service, Lee, in the Super Chats last week. Corona guy, H for sure. Appreciate it. Unapologetically, H for happy. David Corona, happy. He's another real one. Chase looks like a 30% chance of rain. I haven't seen that. When I checked earlier yesterday, no chance of rain. I'm seeing cloudy with a high of 50. Could be some really good football weather. Jeremy Wan. M now because he skipped me. Jeremy. How about now? LeBron James's dad's mom's cousin's son's dog. What a username. Happy. So happy to hear that. Super chat menu. Let's show it. That is a real username. Thanks for watching the show. Yes. It was a mouthful. I did it flawlessly. $5. Your initials on the minor helmet. Everybody who sent in a 5 who's already on here, you're already on here. Others who are not, we added you. Let's fill out the brim here. $10. Athletic green shot. $20. An AG1 chug. $50 a freedom funnel. I already did the coffee funnel. And for $100, we'll punch the Eagles fan. If we get any super chats in, we'll continue to stay live within 2 minutes. If not, we'll sign off. We'll call it a day. But the good news is we'll catch you tomorrow. Chris Moore, I'm serious about my passion for the Niners, brother. But I got to put passion into both channels. That's all it is. There's 5 from John Wallace. Honeybee, I did remember that, Izzy. John Wallace, you know how I'm rolling. Hi, Abby, getting my hello. Niners 30, Philly 24, real one, bang, bang. I said 31-28, San Francisco. And for those of you hating, I went on Eagles and said Niners are winning 31-28. A lot of people typed F Chase. It's fine. I can take it.
Hi, John.
There you go, John. We'll reset the Super Chat shot clock thanks to J-Dub. Back to 2 minutes. John Wallace, a happy guy. Richie Kuna is laughing. $50, Abby gets to slap either you or Trizzy. Trizzy said, I've done it for less, so sure. There you go. $50 Super Chat. Abby gets to slap Trace. We'll do that for a 50.
She's over here getting real giddy. This is just ridiculous.
Got to do it within 2 minutes, though. John Wallace, crying emojis. Trizzy, you cheap date. That's pretty good. Venom, thank you. Jerry,
Yeah, Chase is a smoke show. I would love for him to slap me.
thank you for calling me a smoke show, Venom. I do appreciate that. Marcos, I don't know how to do a super chat, LOL. Well, you see where you're entering your comments? There's that dollar icon with the square around it. You can just hit that. We're not making you, but it goes a long way in supporting what we do. We won't say no. Barbara, weather here looks good for the Philly game. It's going to be an exciting game. Yeah, it is. I mean, 50 degrees, even if it's 45 degrees, because that game starts 3 o'clock Eastern, so it could dip into the 40s, but that's great football weather, man. I mean, you get some of those days in Santa Clara these days. All right, approaching 1:30. Lee Vet, Hurts is going down, period. We love you, Lee. Is John Aiello watching, by the way? John Aiello, are you watching right now? If you are, let us know in the comment section. Because Scott W. has not claimed his Niner Super Bowl blanket. What is the pass master saying? Chase, slaving all over a hot microphone. No worries, brother. All of the real ones and the high rollers will be here game day. It's going to be fun. The pass master, you're the man. Remy with the 5. Just in the nick of time to extend our super chat shot clock back to 2 minutes. We're at $220. 300. Got to think of something to do. 50, Trace gets to get slapped by Abby. Remy. Okay, we're going to go analytics here, Remy. DVOA-wise, San Francisco had a bigger challenge last week, so we're primed for a fierce game. Also, what's a must-have for Super Bowl watch parties? A Bleezy? For a lot of people watching on the West Coast. Oh, you mean just Super Bowl parties in general. What's a must-have? See, I've never been a huge like chicken wings guy.
No, but you gotta have
But
a
they're
good
solid.
You gotta have a good like dip. You gotta have some guac, some queso.
I like the guac.
Yeah, you gotta
I like
have
the guac.
something to dip in, you know.
Oh, Izzy B really wants to
Drinks.
see me get slapped. Izzy, you flirt. You flirt, Izzy.
What is the best game day beer?
Benny to Benjamin must have on a Super Bowl watch party and game day. Better play calling from Kyle Shanahan. That's pretty
great.
good. That's pretty good. Lost the one for Atlanta. Lost the one against New England, obviously. Matt, what's his point? Oh, Guinness from Words. That's good. You know what, Matt? If Scott doesn't reach out to us in the next 24 hours, Matt, it's all you. I have your email address and your phone number. So I'll just hit you up. I agree, Matt. You made a running for it. Abby's laughing so hard she just snorted. Wait, which one? Venom. Chewa Lord Chase, what time is the watch party? Undecided. Honestly, we might go live 2 hours before the game. That's all. You guys are, let me just say this, fucking hilarious in the chat. Sounds good, my man, from Matt Smith. Matt, you won the circular sign. We still have to send you the bottle cap and the blanket potentially. That's a nice little man cave right there. Words of wisdom. What are we going to do in the offseason? Extend
Go
Nick
live once a
Bosa.
week.
Extend Brandon Ayuk.
We'll go live once a week on Niners Report.
Yeah, we'll still be going live. Bang for buck. This has turned into one of the best channels here at Chat Sports. So, Benny to Benjamin, love what you do on Chat Sports. Keeping it real. Real ones. Real one. Roll call. Venom, we love you, man. We're all brothers around here, so yeah, we all funny for a reason. It's great. I don't know if I've laughed harder on air ever in my life than yesterday when Tom Daly made the comment about height and shoe size.
Holy shit.
About Maximo. What did he say? Like a young strapped horse or something like that?
Like
or a young strapped
hung
pony?
horse or so, young hung.
I was dead.
He's
I
hung
was
like
dead.
a young pony, I think is what it was.
Hacho with
Hacho!
the 10.
Hocho!
Hacho updated his profile
He did.
picture. Jose, 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 Jose. Thank you for that, Mike. That's another Athletic Greens shot. And then Jose, $5. Chase, where are you from in Philly? Please don't say Delco. Go Niners. Yo, Jose, dude. I am not from Delco and talk like this, man. If I was an Eagles fan, people there say, go Birds. I'm from Westchester. It's kind of in like an affluent suburb to a certain degree. It is not Delco. Delco is like neighboring Philly. I'm like 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from Philly, about 15, 20 minutes from Delco. Jose, where are you from? Are you from Philly? If so, which part? Drinking the Eagle blood. That's hilarious. So are you calling your wife trash? Jose. Westchester! Jose!
Hey!
I grew up on 926 and 202. I went to Bayard Rustin High School. Chris Moore, I'd love for you to take this platform to be able to commentate the actual game for us. That would be epic. I'd rather hear you than them. My boys in Philly actually hit me up and said the same thing. They were like, yo, if you were a national announcer, it would just be so much more exciting, but then I would really piss off the other fan base. So, Chester County, bro, from Jose. Dude, that's hilarious. Small world. Best channel for Niners news on the tube from David. Yeah, some people who might be coming across the show for the first time are probably like, what are you guys doing right now? Well, we talked about the Niners-Eagles game and the latest on San Francisco for like an hour. So, Chad King, if this works out, you'll be there, man. Hey, appreciate it. John Wallace, real one since 77. Thanks, homie. What were we going to do? Did I miss something? Did I say something that we were going to do? $400 in Super Chats. We're wearing suits. I don't think we're going to get there, though, which is fine. It's already 6:12 our time. We stayed pretty late last night. We already did 2 live shows today. Chester County, Coatesville, PA. Let's go Niners from Stephen Hurdle. Nice. I used to play baseball. What's the field there in Coatesville? It's slipping my mind right now. Hold on. I'll get it. Shoot, what is it called? No. What's that park? Let me know if I'm missing it. Scott Field. It's not Scott Field. Huh? No. I'm looking at them all, too. I played in, like, some Little League All-Star games there as well. They have the all-dirt infield there. It's not far from the high school, right on that main drag in Coatesville. I forget. Either way. If I think of it, I'll let you know. Lee Vet, Richard, you're going to need a new TV afterwards like the Cowgirls. There is nothing better and more undefeated. It's not Coatesville Memorial. I feel like it's like a 2-syllable, 2-letter word. They renamed it. Maybe they did. Izzy B really wants to see me get slapped. That was not the deal, Izzy. Ash. That might be it, Jose. That might be it. That might be it. All right. Let's see here. 1 more minute on the Super Chat shot clock, then we're going to sign off. Ash Park. I think it is Ash Park. I really do think it is Ash Park. All right, last call for Soups. $5 will sign the minor helmet. $10 a shot of Athletic Greens. $20 an AG1 chug. $50 a Freedom Funnel for Trace because I already did the coffee funnel. $100 Punch an Eagles fan. Last call. 25 seconds in. How much more? We're at 237. 400 will wear suits for the watch party on Sunday. Words of wisdom. Closing time. Da 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 da. David
I
Corona.
know who I want to take me home.
Great song.
Banger.
Is
It's
that
an elite song?
Who's that by again?
Semisonic?
That doesn't sound right. Is it?
No, there's no way.
It's
It's not Blind Melon.
No.
It's no, not Semisonic. Green Day, no. Words of Wisdom, is it?
I think it is.
I know who I want
Yes, it
to
is.
take me
All right,
home.
never doubt words of wisdom. Never doubt words. A couple more super chats came in. John Wallace, $2. What did Philly make in their watch party? We made 4,000. Eagles set a record, but not close to the Niners. So 49ers set a record against the Cowboys. Watch party views with 140,000. Super chats with 4,000. And 910 new subs. Eagles was 45,000 views, a record because the channel's about half the size, and we did $1,400 in super chats. So it was a good day on both channels, but Niners, one of the best that we've done all year across the board at Chat Sports, no doubt. We got caught up on those supers. G-Code, I didn't get the results. Did Monica Lewinsky win? Oh my gosh, we were laughing so hard about that. I think Monica did go down as the hottest AI male to female at Chat Sports. That's another time that I was like in tears on air
That
here.
was elite, dude. Who was? No,
They said that Coop was
Coop
Monica
looked like
Lewinsky,
Monica Lewinsky,
and
yeah.
we were dead.
That was
so G-Code, that was his super chat.
Are there any updates on Jay Verrett?
Jason Verrett. Oh, he's out for the year, torn ACL. I'd be surprised if he happens again. Oh, the AI is still having the nightmares. All right, let's round out with this. Let's do height and shoe size again. I want to get some laughs from the people. Mike Concho, sing that song. Which one? The Words of Wisdom song? Closing time. Da 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 da. Venom. I have a question. What do you think would happen if we got J.J. Watt? If he stays healthy, he's still really good. He had like 12.5 sacks this year, Venom. Still very good. Alpha P900. Damn shame, man. What, my singing? I know. Cowboys talked a lot, too. However, rent is due on Sunday. Derek, rent is due. For show. Scott Hall, it's Green Day. No, it's Semisonic is what we determined, right? That song. It does kind of sound like Green Day a little bit. Similar vocals and pitches. Richard Hurd. Hurts doesn't talk, he just wins. I will say that about Jalen Hurts. He's like a silent assassin. He's not going to give you much bulletin board material. All right, comment your height and shoe size for a shout-out. This had the people dying in the chat yesterday, and it produced some legendary comments. So after this, after we get some good laughs, we are going to sign off. Let's have some fun here. G-Code, 5 height, looking down 9. Chew Allure, 6 foot, size 12. Levette, 6'3", size 12. Fosher, 6'2", size 12. 408 West, 5'7", size 12. Nice. Matt Smith, 6'2", size 12. Jose Hernandez, 5'10", size 11. Marcos, 5'8", 11. Bright Ops, 5'6", 8.5. 6'2", 11 from Steve. Ronnie Patrick, 10. Sean Bullard, 5'9", 11. BK from the Bay, 5'10", 10.5. I'm just there, 6 foot, 12.5. Izzy, 5'3", size 4 kids. Fame Corona, 5'11", 10.5. George Kittle, 6'5", 13. The Pass Master. You guys always get this guy teary-eyed laughing. I really want to see a funny comment in here that could make us lose it. 5'10", size 10 from Venom. 5'8.5", size 12, real one. 5'8.5", size 12, real one from John. TFL Slayer, 5'3", size 12. Hafa Adai from Guam, from MNJJ. Sup, how's your day? 6 inches, 5-inch girth.
Dude.
That was from Sup, how's your
Firmly
day?
grasp it.
Jim Everett, hit the likes. Mario Lopez, Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh, that's a good song too. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It is a good song.
Matt Smith, you know what big feet mean? Big shoes.
And a big brain.
Get OG 400 likes. Where are we at right now?
246.
246.
How many? If we can get to 350, if we can get 100 likes on this video,
Cool.
right now, that'd be sick. I'd probably do a shotgun, or like a beer bong or whatever. A chug of beer.
Venom. I got 6.8 inches, no cap. The .8 goes crazy.
Is the .8 on the front or back end?
Oh my god.
It does matter. It does matter.
That is too good. The Pass Master liked the video. What did you say? How many likes?
We have to get to get to 350. So
350 likes, and what will you do?
I'll do a beer bong / freedom funnel.
Beer bong if we get the 350 likes from Trizzy. I don't want to keep y'all too late though. 6:20. Last night we dipped out of the gym at like 8:30. Words of wisdom, 5'11", size 11.5 on a cold day in Alaska. Oh my gosh. 408 West, sock length and tuna can slides. Jamil P. Still going? Oh, we're still going. A.J. Brown isn't questionable. Nick Sirianni said yesterday he should be okay. He came up a little bit lame. This guy sounds like Beavis from Butthead, Albuquerque, Turkey.
Which one?
When we laugh like that, yes, no doubt.
That's cool.
David, 6'4", 285. You could play defensive line for the Niners.
Shit.
6'7" and 2 inches from the ground. From Slam Newton. Oh, man, that's funny. David Maplesden, size 14. 6'4", shoe size 13 from Brendan. Where's our guy Maximo, the young strapper, the young whippersnapper? Izzy B, 6'7", ... What are you saying, Iz? 6'2", 13 inch from Corona guy. Oh, man. Some might say Big Cock Brock. Chualor, 6', 245. Venom, I'm just like Brock Purdy with the big Izzy B. Oh, Slam Newton. I don't hear you. I don't. If Trey Lance gets traded, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not going to be shocked. Breakfast at Tiffany's is a good song from John Wallace. How does that go again? How does that go again? Breakfast at Tiffany's. Is that it? I might have to listen to that. Deep Blue something. I'll listen to that after the show. Justin D. F the Niners. Philly getting this game. Love you, Chase. Love you too, bro.
In case anyone was curious, Abby wanted us to let y'all know that Nick Bosa is 6'4", and she loves that he's 6'4".
She also called Christian McCaffrey Daddy McCaffrey.
Well, it's Daddy Bosa and Daddy McCaffrey.
Daddy Bosa and Daddy McCaffrey, according to Abby. It's hilarious. It's too good. Philippines!
Let's go!
Philippines!
Philippines! Philippines! Philippines! Philippines! Philippines! Philippines!
Pushing P from the P. Niners over the Eagles by 6. Okay. Huh. Oh, man. Izzy, you're crazy. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, I think we're going to sign off here. Should we sign off? Why for yes and for no? We're done all of our official content. Now we're just laughing. Motion of the
hey, facts.
JJ Dukes.
Spot the lie.
A lot of 90s music fans in here, correct? Enrique Luna, salute Chase, salute to you. David, have a great day, fellas. And Abby, thank you. Kittle, my man crush, haha, from Matt Smith. BK from the Bay. Yeah. The Pass Master, no. Izzy B, no. I know. How much to 400, y'all? 170. I don't think we're going to get there. It's okay. Jamil, I have to rewind to see what happened to Omenihu. Yeah, we talked about that probably about the 10-minute mark as we officially got started. All right, we're going to sign off here. We'll give you the latest on Omenihu real quick, though. San Jose police arrested, according to them, arrested on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence. Girlfriend alleged that she was pushed to the ground. Police spotted, quote, no visible physical injuries. So that's the latest on Charles Omenihu. Lee Vet, see you, Chase. See you, Lee. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. It was another blast here live on the Niners Report. We'll be back here tomorrow, probably around the same time. Look forward to seeing you then.
Justin, I can promise you I'll be there on Sunday. Don't you worry.
Oh, we'll be here. San Francisco. Love you too, Venom. Love everybody else who tuned in, the lovers and the haters. Hey, it is what it be. Appreciate y'all for watching. We're out. We'll see you tomorrow. Later.